Good morning, Zimbabwe Sport. My name is Jeffrey Mrimbechi. And as you know, if there's one thing that all of us sportscasters love the most, it is live sports, live action. And it's even bigger for me when it's a schoolboy action. And I am talking about schoolboy rugby. Now, from the 28th of August to the 1st of September, there will be the President's Schools Rugby Cup. And this will be held in Zimbabwe, in Harare, at the Agricultural Show. And to make this even better, we've got the tournament director, Dr. Kuda Mutenda. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Good Morning Zimbabwe.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure being here.
It's not going to work. See, you wanted to do the Prince Edward handshake with me. It doesn't work. So you are, a former Prince Edward tiger. You're a tiger for life. Why are we having this tournament? Please just give us a background on the teams that will be participating in this one.
Yes, thanks for having me live here on the show. It's a pleasure being here. So what we're having at the President's Schools Rugby Cup, the PSRC, we're having the first of its kind, a tournament that brings together people from across the country. Mission schools, private schools, government schools, schools from the high-density suburbs, all coming together on one platform to play and display their talent.
All right, now I know that one of the biggest draw cards, as we're just having a look at the size of that tournament, is the epic clash between Prince Edward Tigers and Churchill. We also have the likes of Goromonzi,
Yes.
Wise Owl, Kutama College, Milton, Plumtree. And these are the schools that seem to be emerging, and some of these schools are the powerhouses of rugby. How important is it for the boys, the individual players who are taking part in this?
So this acts as a bridge of talent. We're trying to create a platform where people can be identified. Because there is no way that sponsors, no way that scouts from the Zimbabwe Rugby Union, who are main sponsors, will be there through the whole event. They can come in and identify talent for national duty.
Okay.
So as you know, our rugby is quite strong at schoolboy level. But then there's a gap, there's a bridge where we collapse after schoolboy level. Not many of our players do go on to play for the national team.
We did have our boys, the junior sables, making it to the World Cup and then beating Kenya twice.
And America as well.
And America as
The
well.
USA.
And the USA.
Yes.
You said this is sanctioned by the Zimbabwe Rugby Union as the key drivers of this.
Correct.
Who from the Zimbabwe Rugby Union is key in terms of identifying the boys and that sort of setup, getting schoolboy into the national structure?
So all the whole selection committee for the whole under 20, which is right after high school, they will be there. This is Coach Vera, Coach D'Souza, the whole team that was in Kenya. They'll be there again, identifying talent for the under 20 for next year.
Okay.
And then we also have got referees, we also have got physicians, we also have got sponsors, we also have got teams from South Africa as well coming there to identify talent for further progression of rugby.
Now, I will ask you a little bit later on about the first ever schoolboys live networking session that you'll be hosting during the tournament. But in terms of careers, just speaking to the parents, we've got a lot of kids who are on their school holiday. In terms of rugby careers, what rugby opportunities are there for parents who have prospective kids? Some can play and some can't play rugby. What are some of the career opportunities that come from this tournament?
So rugby, if done properly, like what's happening in South Africa, rugby is like the army. The National Defense Forces.
Yes.
There's every job in the army.
You were clearly listening to the colonels we had.
You can be a doctor, you can be a physician, you can be an accountant, you can be a marketing person like you can be a media person, you can be a supporter, you can be a referee, you can be a linesman, you can be a water boy like I do. So in rugby as well, the same thing as well. There are opportunities for national development, for international exposure. Right now, the best coach in Southern Africa and in Zimbabwe is a lady.
Okay. Yes, Rocky. She's been doing international tournaments and World Cups as well.
And she's a star. And if in the next World Cup, the only person representing Zimbabwe, that's her.
Okay.
Flying our flag high.
Okay.
And then there's much more in terms of physicians, in terms of referees, in terms of dietary specialists, in terms of sports doctors. You know, the list is endless. So if your son doesn't play rugby, your girl doesn't play rugby, don't end it there. Let's ignite the passion. Let's cultivate the passion to further development as well. Because there's every job involved in rugby.
And the obvious question is who is invited to come and watch? Is this the school kids? I know the old boys are already talking as someone from your Prince Edward Old Boys group told me that you are rallying support to come and support your school. The guys from the Churchill Old Boys alumni are also rallying people to come through. Who are we inviting to come and watch this, and who is accessible to the ground?
So, I mean, it's an open event. All the schools, the schoolboys are coming. Their students are coming as well to support their teams, because we'll be having bus shuttles going to each and every school during the whole tournament, free of charge, to bring in as many supporters as possible. That's number two. Number two, we're trying to ask all the old boys to come. All the old boys. The old boys from P, I think they'll be there in the hundreds supporting.